back and enjoying this game. Actually, do have to do some observing, but there we go.
Alright, let's just take it over then, as our first map is going to be played on Coda between our Dutch Protoss spawning on the left top side of the map. It is the one and only war coding Harstem. I'll do the Protoss, you do the Zerg, Jonna.
Okay. In the bottom right corner, playing for Team Liquid, it's Liquid Snute!
Woo!
Snute definitely strikes me as the guy that hasn't played a whole lot of beta yet. His account is level 1, but I'm not saying it because of that. But I remember when Heart of the Swarm beta came out, Snute also was not playing it at all. He was only playing Wings of Liberty because he wanted to get ready for the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships in Seabit. And then like 1 week before that tournament, they were like, hey, by the way, guys, we decided to do it in Heart of the Swarm. And Snute is like, oh, that's great, guys. Thank you. Now I've been playing Wings of Liberty for 7 weeks for absolutely no reason. He didn't do very well in that tournament, but he did step it up very quickly in the tournaments after that.
But you know who did do well that tournament? The DSCL Invitational Champion, Joost de Kroon.
Did
He did very well there. Didn't he beat MC and get to like semifinals or something?
I can't remember that. I know that that was the tournament where Mana finally defeated Nerdcho. I do remember that. That like after like 15 tries. He's like, no more Broodlord Infestor, son. I think Vortex had a reasonable run in that tournament as well.
Vortex was really good, man.
Yoda won it, right?
Yeah, I think so. First or Yoda, like one of those two.
I'm pretty sure Yoda won the very first tournament because we all cried Terran Imba because of speed metavacs.
Yeah, okay, probably. Yeah, probably. Yoda. I just remember Red doing really good in that tournament. I don't remember anything. I just remember him playing Swarmos already.
Okay, that's funny because yeah, that's not my memory of that tournament. Will always be Mana beating Nurture because that was a beautiful ongoing storyline. So let's see how Snute decides to play in this game that he's probably not very familiar with just yet. If there's anything that really confuses me, it's the clock, man. It's like you have 2 bases saturated.
Really weird.
3 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, you're like, let's go up to 3 bases. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. Normally I have like 9 workers by now. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay, I really feel like I think I have some stuff to learn about Legacy of the Void as well, because right now, in my vision, I don't see any game timer. Apparently I should turn that on.
Yeah. Maybe you just don't have the option.
Yeah, you can just go to options. I'm not sure, what interface are you using?
I'm just using the regular interface. I wasn't aware actually that there's other interfaces already for Legacy of the Void. Are there? Yes,
you should probably use WCS 2.2.
Cool.
Pretty good. You can do it for the next game, and that one will have a timer. Alright. So, while you guys are watching old school StarCraft, we see that Kevin has dropped a robo. Now, I have no idea what this means at the 3-minute mark. This could mean so many things, Yoda.
Maybe it's just gonna immortal it. Fuck Legacy of the Void, let's just go.
What's on the line? What are they playing for exactly?
It's 100 euros in cash.
For first place only?
First place only, winner takes all, yes.
Cool. It's best of 3, best of 3, best of 5?
Exactly.
Okay. Alright, well, I throw in a cheeky all-in or two.
Yeah. It's also possible he just does it because the Ravager all-ins and Ravager builds are super like imbalanced, and getting Immortals out or like helps against that because like the Immortals shred the Roaches, and once the Roaches are gone, the Ravagers are not actually that tanky, I feel.
No,
like the Ravagers seem... What?
Yeah, they're very squishy. They look very big.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite is true. They die like hell. The problem is getting close to them because they have so much DPS.
Yeah, so that's why you get the Immortals. You shred the Roaches, and then the Ravagers are not that big of a problem once the rest of the army is thinned out. But it looks like Colossus really quickly, which is kind of surprising.
Or maybe Speed Prism harass.
He's probably doing a Disruptor Speed Prism, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense. Yeah, okay. Maybe he has leveled all of those 75 levels, man.
Yeah, and he actually has the most refined builds, to quote Cats, in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah. Yeah, Snute is going up to 6 gas really fast, like before even having Lair. I think he's just gonna pump Ravagers. Like I don't see what... Yeah?
Sorry, go ahead.
Now he goes Lair. It's really weird to go so many gas before Lair for Zerg, so I was like a bit weirded out by it. Maybe he just forgot.
The first disruptor is more than halfway done, but sorry, man, I just had to bring up that the warping time. Every single time I see it, it hurts my Protoss heart a little bit. It takes
Yeah, I
so
think it's
long.
actually. I think it's actually really like tough because Protoss always has little units, and now that you can't warp in, it's so hard to spread out your units correctly. Because
Yeah,
you can't
I'm
warp in against harass that well.
I'm completely okay with like the double damage warp in. Like I think that's a pretty big nerf, but I think it's fine. You know, it makes sense. Protoss like gets a couple of other stuff, so we can learn from that. We can deal with it, and you just can't warp in 20 zealots in the face of your opponent. Like that's okay. But the warp in time, like Protoss is already not the fastest race, and I felt
Yeah.
like the only time that Protoss could ever be fast is if you warp in a bunch of units immediately and you send them somewhere. And now that process takes like twice as long. That's just like that hurts. It's sad.
Uh-oh. What does Harstem have to defend these Ravagers? This is already like super scary.
He's gonna need a couple of really good disruptions.
Oh man. This
He's
looks
gonna
really
go
tough.
for- Oh no, he lost the sentry. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That corrosive bile just killed everything.
Okay, the first disruptor ball did kill 3 out of the 5 Ravagers, and the second one killed a bunch of Zerglings, but he has nothing else. He literally has nothing left.
And it's not like he can warp in closer, because everything will just die. This looks really bad for Harstem, and at this point he has to pull away his pros, but I don't think he can survive.
If I was Snute, I probably wouldn't even. Well, actually, the Nexus dies very quickly. I said I wouldn't even go for the Nexus, I'd go for the main, but like, look at these Zealots, it takes forever. Up, up, up.
Whoa! 3
Really
Ravagers die, but too little, too late. Like even if he cleaned that up, like he couldn't deal with the meta switch. Like Snute only made like 5 Ravagers and kept reinforcing only Lings, and was already like banking an enormous amount of gas to switch up. So it seemed unlikely for Harstem to take that, even if he held.
I think Harstem was a little bit on autopilot mode there of Heart of the Swarm though, because he didn't move the unit that was in the ramp, you know, like the sentry. He had that one sentry, and it was pretty
the 2
obvious.
sentries warped in like next to each other.
So you know the little what's the name of the fireball ability? Or from the
Corrosive bile.
Okay, there should be an easier name for that. I'm just gonna call it
Ball of
Fireball.
Fireball.
It's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna play a Pitbull song every single time on his cast. Fireball. But like Kev didn't move his unit, so he lost the one that was like supposed to keep the Lings out. And right
the
after
second
that,
one. Oh, that like even though like I'm Zerg, that still like hurts to see like the sentries warping in. He's like spamming force field, getting ready to like force field the wall, and they just die before they even spawn.
it's truly crazy how much damage units take. Like even if you play PvP and you have like a couple stalkers being wiped in, if like 3 stalkers shoot at a stalker that's being wiped in, it just dies immediately. It's like
Yeah,
it's
because
unbelievable.
because not only do they have not only do they have increased damage, their health also goes slowly up, right, for warping in units. So it's like anything kills a warping in unit. Sometimes people try to warp in zealots to defend a pylon, even if it's like 3 lanes, and everything just dies anyway.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Alright guys, just a quick reminder, I'm going to show you guys on the stream. So instead of my head, you are now looking at a HyperX Cloud headset, which you can actually win if you go to twitter.com/DSCLeague and retweet one of our last tweets. If you retweet the other one as well, you also have a chance at winning a Cooler Master Octane gaming gear combo, which is nice to win as well. So go and do that, update or retweet the stuff, and you actually can draw more people to the stream and more people to join our Kickstarter. By the way, if people actually back us on Kickstarter during this broadcast, I'm going to try and give you a shout out right away, which of course is awesome if people do that. No, none so far, so go ahead, go visit Kickstarter, back us over there. Let's see, I think the player is actually pretty much ready. Harstem says he's ready. The next game's already loaded. The map is Iron Fortress. This is a new map, right?
Well, it's in
yes.
it's in Heart of the, it's new, but it's also in Heart of the Swarm. Like I think most legacy maps are in Heart of the Swarm right now.
Cool.
Are there any maps in? There's 8 maps in Legacy. What map is in Legacy that's not in Heart of the Swarm?
It's the one which has the rocks near the 3rd base that you can knock down. But in the early game, basically, Zerg can run in on 2 areas of your natural. It's very annoying. Like it's a super frustrating map. I hate that map. It's the only map that's not in like Heart of the Swarm right now. But if you see it, you'll know which one it is. It's a little bit similar to this one, but it's a lot harder to wall off.
Oh, the green one. Now I remember.
Oh yeah,
Right,
no,
the-
no, yeah,
the
there
very-
are two. Yeah, there are two. The very big green one is also not in Harder Swarm, but there is one that's kind of similar to this one that has rocks near the third base, but it's extremely hard to wall off as a Protoss. Like early game, Zerglings can come in from two directions, and it's very frustrating.
Okay, let's see how well Snute understands how to do this. Legacy. I think the best build you can do is 17 hatch and 17 hatch again, and just keep expanding. Like, if you hatch before pool, you don't need to make Overlord still 36 supply, so you can drone so insanely hard. It's
You know,
really strong.
I was giggling a little bit before we were loading into this map. This is Kodak, correct?
This is
Yeah.
Iron Fortress.
Iron
Oh,
Fortress.
Iron Fortress, sorry, yeah, damn it. All these map names, they confuse the hell out of me. So before we were loading into Iron Fortress, I was smiling because I got a message from a barcode. I was like, hey, that's probably Harstem. And then I opened it, he's like, yo, you got a build for me? I was like, lol. I was like, of course I've got a build for you, Cam.
You're gonna
I told
proxy
him-
Tempests.
No. I told him to go +1 Phoenix because I actually think that +1 Phoenixes are very good against all these Ravager openings, and it's relatively easy to pick them up, kill them, and then just take the game from there. So I think what we will see Harstem do is go +1 Phoenixes and then follow it up with Charge Lord Archon. This
Yeah,
is
I
the
think-
most ballsy prediction I've ever made because he just told me he was going to do it.
I think if Snute knows that he can make Corruptors, he'll win the game for free. Like, I don't think Protoss can actually beat Corruptors when they open Phoenix. It's really weird, but you know, when you open Phoenix, you always have like a very small ground army, right?
Yeah.
So Zerg makes like 10 Corruptors, and you have 5 Phoenix and like a few sentries. And Zerg just runs to one of your bases and starts using the P ability.
Yeah, I
And your
haven't seen
base
that a
just
whole
dies.
lot. I haven't seen that ability a whole lot. Is it that good?
It like a Nexus dies in 5 seconds, man.
No.
Like, yes, it's so strong. Like I was playing quite a bit of Legacy like the first week it came out, and I haven't lost a single game against a Phoenix opener just because I would just make Corruptors and kill all their Nexuses.
But have you played against +1 Phoenixes?
No, that's true. It's a very good point.
Nah, it's actually insane though, because like attack upgrades they scale twice basically for a Phoenix. So
Yeah, because of the 2 attacks.
yeah.
Here
So,
comes the
plus-
Stargate, so you're
plus
coaching in
one-
action.
+1 does make a very big difference, and
Yeah.
I highly doubt that like Snute is very aware of this corruptor meta that is going on. Like if there's anything that I personally find more scary, it's that like Viper ability. That one is terrifying, man. Like it casts on your Phoenixes and I just fly around and then suddenly they all die. Like it's very
Really? Is
weird.
it that strong? I have.
Yeah, I know, it's very good. It's very
I
good.
must
with
admit I
Phoenixes.
haven't used it once yet. So
Obviously, like it's also because I didn't know what to do. So imagine me playing against a Raven army and keeping all my units clumped up after 3
Against
Seeker.
Seeker,
Yeah. So obviously then it looks really strong. But
yeah.
when people casted it on my unit, like I was just staring at it. You know, I was like, oh, what does this do? And then suddenly, like,
Shiny.
yeah, it's like ah. I had 12 +1 Phoenixes. Now I have 3, and they're all red. What happened?
It doesn't finish the unit off. It just makes it red like a plague.
No, like it does kill a unit. It's like it's an ability that you cast on a unit, and then if that unit dies, like it will leave an area of effect or something on it. It's very strange. Like it's easier to explain, but when you see it in action. Anyway, there are 8 roaches on the way. Kev, he does get a forge, so I really hope he gets a cannon as well. Oh, he has a money support, so that's something. 8 roaches already is quite a few.
Yeah, off of Lair Tech once again. Last game he did go, or I mean off of Hedge Tech this time. Last game he went Lair, but kind of late as well. But it makes sense. What?
Harstem has to spot this though, because if he doesn't, Phoenix spots a roach.
Oh, he sees
Spot-
2 roaches
okay,
moving across, 3 roaches moving across. That should be a big tell.
Yeah.
Like this early
Oh.
in the game.
Cannon, Scaff, you're gonna need a cannon. He really needs like 1 cannon. It's gonna make
I
his
don't
life
think
so much
cannons
easier.
help that much against the bile though. Like they die so quick against the ability. I feel like maybe like farther back in the bases, so once
Oh
the
my
link's
God.
flooding in, it could help.
He's got to be careful because these attacks from the Ravagers also damage air units, right?
Yeah,
Force
you
field,
can-
force field.
Force-
Never mind. I'll take it all back. Okay, lift up in range of this ability of the Nexus. I think like he can defend this like really easily. 1 more lift. He has a couple more lifts. It sucks that his Stargate gate isn't powered right now, but see, Phoenixes are pretty good.
Yeah, Phoenixes are pretty good. This is doing a lot of damage into Snute, but the Snute can
pull
kill the
probes, pull
natural.
probes. No. If he pulls the probes, then he can kill the natural. He needs to re-wall though. I think, like very quickly. Solid build, Roddy.
Nice. That's some solid advice right there.
He needs a full wall up. See, imagine if he had a cannon, man.
No!
Okay.
Now he might end up losing the Nexus after all.
Yeah, the Nexus cannon is down, so the attack priority is no longer available. He could actually go for the probe, so I guess the Nexus is better in this scenario. 2 Zealots pop, and I think he's gonna hold, but at this point, it doesn't feel like it matters anymore.
He might end up losing a lot in his main now as well. Man, he was so close. If he would have re-walled immediately, just like a temporary full wall until he would have like some sort of DPS. Look at these weapons. Like if Snute targets them, he can kill them. Well, he shows mercy, but I'm not sure how much mercy this truly is after poor Harstem has lost 2 out of 3 mineral lines.
Harstem still has like 40-ish probes, and Snute's not on lair tech yet, so I guess he's not totally dead. Like Harstem did have his 3rd base finish in the meantime, so he can mine from there. But it's gonna be really hard to defend if Snute just like keeps running by like small groups of units like Lings or... It's really hard to both defend a natural and the 3rd base, but Snute is not producing any units, which is I guess very Snute-esque.
Yeah.
And just going for many drones.
I think it's very safe to say that if Kev would have been able to keep that Nexus alive, he would have been in a really good position.
Yeah, because he had the 3rd going up and everything. He would have had 3 bases.
3 bases and a solid Phoenix count. He's gonna do some damage here, guaranteed. You know, got a couple drones, got a couple overlords. He forced out 6 Spore Crawlers, so it wouldn't have been all that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Losing the Nexus.
2 probes are trying to jump the gap, but they're too afraid to make it. You know? Are you seeing this?
Oh, no. Well, what are they doing there?
I don't know. They're trying to jump across, but they're like, ah, no, man, you go first. No, you go first.
Is that a nuclear reaction down there? Nah.
Hand in hand.
They decided to walk anyway.
If you jump, I jump. Well, the biggest problem for Kev is that there are 11 Hydralisks on the way right now. And he used most of his energy already on his Phoenixes. So these Phoenixes, I think if Snute decides to rally them across the map, it's gonna be extremely difficult. He also gets +2 attack. I don't think that's... I think +1 armor is better if you want to go Zealot Archon behind this. Because like Zealots do their damage anyway, right? Like if they get close enough and they're still alive, they're pretty damn good.
The thing is, I think +1 attack makes a big difference because of Zerglings with the possible carapace upgrades. It gets a bit difficult, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean...
But
I don't know, it depends how you look at it. Like, I don't think that Zerglings are going to be an issue. I think it's mostly like Hydras. And I feel if Zealots are on top of Hydras, they will deal a lot of damage anyway.
Yeah. But I mean... Yeah, okay, I guess it works both ways, because if the Zealots have a +1 upgrade, they shred through the Zerglings a lot quicker and reach the Hydras faster. And if they have a carapace upgrade, they survive a lot longer, so they eventually reach the Hydras anyway.
Yeah, I'm okay with +1 attack. +1 attack is fine. I just meant, like, instead of getting +2 attack, I think he should be getting +1 armor.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair point. I think +2 makes a way bigger difference for Blink Stalkers, like, anyway.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
Yeah.
No, like I would always get +1 attack before +1 armor against her. It's just the +2 that I think is questionable, but yeah. Kev is in a little bit of trouble, to say the least.
I feel like if he would have kept making, like, mass Phoenix, he could have had a chance, you know? Like, because if the Hydras target a bunch of Zealots and you just lift most of them, you can kind of overrun this. But since he's transitioning, I feel like it's very, very tough to do anything at this point.
No, he just barely spots the 4th base here.
This 4th base is definitely going to be cancelled. That was way too OB anyway, but yeah. Like without Storm, like look how long these warpins take, and now he still has to work.
Oh no, he's not moving his unit.
Okay. Rip the
dream. Oh god.
Wow.
This is terrible.
Wow, what a race. GG.
Yeah, but this is like part of the reason. Like I really enjoy Legacy, but this is part of the reason why I stopped playing it a lot, just because builds like this kind of like ruin figuring the metagame out, if that makes sense.
Well, this is the metagame.
Yeah, but I mean, like you want to figure out other units, but it feels really weird to like start making lurkers every game if you can just kill your opponent with Ravagers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, of course. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm also playing hard right now. Like, the game has a lot of potential, but if you can make Ravages, why wouldn't you? I do think that Harstem theoretically could have handled it maybe a little bit better.
For sure, that game was not a perfect example. Like the full wall and like I feel like the tech switch was a bit too like
maybe early,
out of place. Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, he tried and he got close to holding. Like, if that first wave of circling is with the photon overcharge, and Harstem is writing me as well, he's like, it was a pretty solid plan. If I didn't lose my Nexus, then he's like, I think I might be a little bit behind, but not all that much. But yeah, and well, we already agreed upon that. It was pretty fun, though. It was a good try, Cap, a valiant effort.
A for effort, yeah.
Alright guys, to the people watching right now, which is quite a lot, thank you all for tuning in. What we're doing right now is DSCL Kickoff, which is just to promote the start of the impending start of the Dutch StarCraft League Open of this year, our biggest yearly tournament. Everybody can go sign up, so go do that. All the information about the qualifiers and the tournament itself is right down the stream, right below the stream. Go check it out. And of course, go check out our Kickstarter as well. We're doing a Kickstarter campaign for the DSCL Open prize pool. So of course, if you are a baller player and you're completely sure of yourself, you go and back that Kickstarter and then of course enroll in the tournament to win that money right back, right? And we got some cool rewards for the backers as well. A photograph of you with all of the DSCL Open finalists on stage, and then of course autographs from all the players on there. And you can even, if you go for the highest rewards, get coaching from the highest finishing Zerg, Protoss, and Terran players from the tournament. Actually, there's one biggest reward, which is for a coaching from the winner of the DSCL Open. That has already been claimed right in the first day. So if you still want to have coaching, go ahead and check out the Kickstarter real quick. And go to Twitter right now. Lots of people are already retweeting our last 2 tweets.